Do you remember that Seinfeld episode where George was being given grief for wearing sweats because they said, when you wear sweats, it says, world, I've given up. Well, that's where I'm at today. But I am wearing sweats, and I'm so dedicated to the cause that I'm still going to do an unboxing for you guys because I felt like, well, A, if I don't do it today, then I have to wait to open this box and I can hardly stand it. And B, if I go get dressed, I don't want to go get dressed. Frankly, today I have given up. It's been a super long day. But anyways, that is not why we are here. We are here because I have the Holy Grail unboxing from the leather shop. This limited edition offering was brought to us courtesy of the Facebook group, the women's Facebook group for leather crazies, of which I am a proud card-carrying member. So our admin, our fearless leader, was wonderful enough to get this set up for us. And it was a take on one of their, let's open it up while we chat, shall we? It was a take on one of their existing designs. What made it unique was the combo offering of it being two-toned. And what I like about the leather shop, although this is my first experience with them, but I'll say what I enjoyed about working with them, was that they were very open to customizing it. So I have, as you might imagine, this is very well taped, by the way. So that's okay, because I can talk to you while I'm doing this. They were very open to my suggestions, which I really appreciated, because I have a lot of totes. Not enough, obviously, but I have maybe just one or two. And so I wanted some things to make this different than everything that I already have. And they worked with me on all of it. They worked with me on customizing the size. Obviously, I didn't make anything drastic, but I wanted it a little shorter for a few reasons. One, because I'm short, and so I don't like the bag to overwhelm me. And two, because I already have bags that were that other length. But anyways, let me show you. I like to see always how it comes in the box and how well it's wrapped. So far, I'm very excited. But let's get in here. Okay, so this is so nice. So he wrote a little letter in here just describing the bag, and then he put on there a little stamp that says Full Grain American Leather, the leather shop. So in keeping with my latest being a more thoughtful consumer, I'm really trying to find artisans that are American made. So this definitely fits the bill. They are out of Washington. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So here is my gorgeous tote. Let me just tell you, I'll pull it out first so you can get the full appreciation. Okay, so here were the choices so everyone's on the same page. You could have customized this, the vertical height, and I believe the choices were 10, 11, or 12. 12 is the standard. I wanted to go with 11. You can go with 10, but if you go with 10, take a look. These pockets on the side, they're going to have to be shorter than they are now. And I was thinking I wanted the pockets on the side possibly for like a water bottle or a little deeper to accommodate my phone and have no chance it would fall out. So I didn't want to do that, so I went 11. And then the other thing that I did that I customized was you can get this in this sort of pale color that you see, or you could have gotten it in a slightly darker color. Actually, there's a ton of colors, but in terms of this offering, those were sort of the two new ones. And so I went with a paler yellow. And then here's the other thing I did. Check out these straps. See how the straps are sort of darker? I don't know if it's burnished, so I'm not going to say for sure, but they're darker on the edges. That was something that I requested, and I wanted the darker strap. This is the same coloring that's on their vintage backpack. And if you had not customized it, it would have been lighter and not had the burnished edges. So, so yay, here it is. Let me just, you and I are seeing it together for the first time. So here it is. As always, I will test drive this. I'm really excited, you guys. Check it out. It's got these. Very excited. And then it's got in here, it's got a key fob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interior pockets. So this is serious. This is the Moose Leather or the Leather Shop. This is their adjustable tote. This is my custom bag, and I will test drive this baby for the next few weeks. And then I will come back to you with a full review. Hopefully it won't be a day where I'm rocking my sweats, but no promises. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I am back with a part 2, and it's just been about 2 minutes. I realized that I shortchanged you guys on a couple of items, and there are no redos with an unboxing because I'm not taping it up. But anyways, I didn't want to cheat you guys out of a few important things, so I am back. So the first thing I wanted to mention is this. One, I wasn't expecting to see squared off handles. What I was expecting was shorter versions of these rounded handles, but I wanted to mention it because I know that my fellow leather crazies are hawk-eyed and they would notice. So I wanted just to point it out. I just kind of walked around the house with it for a little bit to see what I thought. And it's actually really comfortable as a carry like this. It's not that dissimilar from like small pieces of luggage to have the squared off handle. It's really comfortable. Hopefully you guys can see this if you carry it like at your side. It's not comfortable, and where you lose a little bit of functionality is like this. It's not uncomfortable, and it sort of lays down. Hopefully you're getting to see that. And the bag is empty right now, so if there was weight on it, these would lay down. And I think why he did this, and I'm guessing, is these handles, when you lay them on the inside, because they're now flat and there's no 3D element to them, when they lay on the interior, they lay extremely flat against the side of the bag. I know that's hard to see because gravity is going to make it flop over, but it lays really tight and flush against the bag. Versus if I take this handle, not that I ever would, because obviously you need to have some sort of handle, but if you take this and lay it in, a rounded handle, it sticks out and doesn't stay flush against the bag, so it eats into the room a little bit. So just an FYI, if you're trying to maximize the interior space, I would say, yeah, 100% go with the squared handles. If your goal is, I prefer a bag that I'm going to carry like this, like an arm carry, then you might want to reconsider. It's not uncomfortable, but obviously it's not as comfortable as a rounded handle. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, there was some talk about the magnets. So this bag used to have a magnetized closure here. And what Ken said was it wasn't really meant to keep the bag secure and completely closed. It was really meant for when you close these two, the larger handles, and you carry it like this, just to keep the bag from sort of flopping open, to keep it like this, but not really to add additional security. So when I mentioned to Ken that I wanted something that did add security, he did this. So this is a snap closure, so it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have an adjustable closure. This is the one setting. And the bag has to be, just so you can see, the bag has to be fairly, it can't be stuffed to the gills, because there's not a lot of room that I'm working with here if I want to close the bag. The second thing is, what's nice is if I don't want to close the bag, then we don't have this awkward tab. He's put a little closure here, so I can snap it like this. I'm going to guess what some people are thinking, which is, I want to take this tab and I want to move it here so that I've got more options, or I want to move it up so that I can have it more stuffed. The only consideration is if you do that, you have to play with the height of this pocket. So for me, I actually think that this height works. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention that I think is I think it's the only other thing that I really heard people talking about. This is my laptop. This is 13 inches wide by 9 inches high by 3/4 inches deep, about. And my primary concern was that this would fit comfortably on the bottom, right? There was some talk about, where do you measure a bag? Do you measure it, do you squeeze it shut and measure the top? Do you do this so that it's perfectly rectangular and then measure that opening? But in any case, I let Ken know this is exactly what I want to put in there. There is not a laptop sleeve in here, but it does fit very nicely. It's kind of hard. Let me just show you that. It's kind of hard to explain, but there are two pockets on the interior that are sort of doing this, right? They're they're pouching out to allow room for you to slide something in there. And because it does that, it almost creates like a little bit of a pocket, and my laptop slides right in there. And I don't think, maybe it's easier like this. I don't think that you could fit a laptop much bigger than this. Again, this is 13 inches wide, maybe a little bit, 13 and a half or something because of my mouse dongle. If you are thinking, I have a 15-inch laptop, could I squeeze it in? This is a 15-inch case. So I cannot get it in if I want to do a parallel. If I were willing to angle it, obviously if you angle it, you lose a lot of room, right? If I were willing to angle it, could I do it? Yes. If I did it just right, meaning in front of this seam and behind this seam, yes, I could fit in a 15-inch laptop, but you sort of are left with these triangular openings on either side. Not sure how functional that is. If your goal is 15 inches, I recommend you get the wider bag. But anyways, let's get back to the real question. How wide is this bag? We can put a man on the moon. We should be able to figure this out, ladies. Okay, so let's take a peek. I ordered the 14-inch bag. The controversy is this. If I close this bag and pouch out the sides, it's at its maximum width, but I can't necessarily put something in there that's that wide because at the bottom, you don't get that same width. So if I go like this and pinch it, obviously it's somewhat of an inaccurate measurement because I'm just doing it this way. Edge to edge, I'm at 16 and a half, right? But if I open it up, because the reality is we don't carry the bag like this, we carry it like this, right? With these edges. And so if I open it up and say what's sort of the maximum width there, I'm really surprised I didn't hit myself in the face with this, / impressed. Anyway, so if I go like this, it really shrinks down to about a foot. And that's just the side panel. So my laptop, again, 13 and a half. So it's, I'm gonna hold it here for you. That kind of hurt. Anyways, I'm gonna hold it here for you. But you can see that my laptop extends a little bit past the sides there. So it is indeed, this is about 1 foot. If you go complete edge to edge, it's about, what did I say, 16 and a half. But a 13-inch laptop, that can easily fit. And I don't think it distorts it, right? I don't think it makes it have to be so narrow. I think I can still fit plenty in there. So that's that. Hopefully that ends the controversy. But I know some of us are very particular, myself included, so I'm gonna just measure the rest of this bag so that we're all on the same page. If I measure the flatmost part of the bag and don't take into account the sides, because the sides go up at an angle, it's 13 inches across the flattest part of the bag, so 1 inch wider than the panel when I measure the top. And then it's kind of going to be difficult because the bag was, the bag is packed for shipping, which squeezes the bag a bit. Bear with me. This is insanely awkward. So this is about 5, yeah, it's just about 5 inches. What I was trying to do was push out the crease from this shipping. Okay, so anyways, hopefully that answers all your questions. If you have any questions besides this, before my full review, or if you want me to test it with anything during the review period, put them in the comments and I'm happy to test it out for you. Other than that, this is the Moose Leather, a customized adjustable tote. Thanks so much. Well, now I can't take it seriously. Okay. Stop. Okay. Now go. Okay.